Have you ever heard how a simple gesture can completely change someone's life? Get ready for a story of compassion, transformation, and unexpected choices that will make you reflect on what truly matters in life. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more inspiring and emotional stories like this. On a sun-drenched afternoon in Beverly Hills, the air thick with the scent of designer perfumes and the quiet hum of luxury cars, Samantha Whitmore stepped out of her favorite boutique. Her arms were laden with shopping bags, each emblazoned with the logos of the world's most exclusive brands. Samantha's perfectly manicured nails glinted in the California sunshine as she struggled to maintain her composure under the weight of her purchases. Samantha was no ordinary shopper. As one of the wealthiest women in the world, she was accustomed to having her every whim catered to. Her entourage of security personnel and personal assistants hovered nearby, ready to leap into action at the slightest indication of discomfort from their employer. But today, something unexpected was about to shatter the carefully curated bubble of Samantha's world. As she teetered on her 6-inch heels, trying to adjust her grip on the multitude of bags, a voice cut through the background noise of traffic and chatter. "Excuse me, ma'am, would you like some help with those?" Samantha turned, startled by the intrusion into her personal space. Her eyes fell upon a woman she might never have noticed on any other day. Angela stood before her, a gentle smile playing on her lips, her hands already outstretched to offer assistance. In that moment, two worlds collided, the rarefied air of extreme wealth and the humble reality of everyday struggle. Without waiting for a response, Angela began gathering some of the bags from Samantha's arms. Her actions were so natural, so unassuming, that Samantha found herself momentarily speechless. She watched as this stranger, dressed in simple, well-worn clothes, effortlessly shouldered the burden of her extravagant purchases. As they walked side by side towards Samantha's waiting limousine, an odd feeling began to stir within the billionaire's chest. It was unfamiliar, almost uncomfortable, a twinge of something that might have been guilt, or perhaps curiosity. She snuck glances at Angela, noting the laugh lines around her eyes, the strength in her hands as she carried the heavy bags. When they reached the car, Angela carefully placed the bags in the trunk, arranging them with a care that spoke of respect for things that were clearly valuable, even if they were far beyond her own reach. She stepped back, that same gentle smile still on her face, and began to turn away. In that moment, something shifted in Samantha's world. The impulse, foreign and unexpected, seized her. "Wait," she called out, surprising even herself with the urgency in her voice. Angela paused, looking back with a mixture of confusion and mild concern. Would you like to join me for a coffee?" The words tumbled from Samantha's lips before she could fully process them. She saw the surprise register on Angela's face, mirroring her own inner turmoil. What was she doing? This wasn't like her at all. Angela hesitated, her eyes darting between Samantha and the bustling street beyond. For a moment, it seemed she might decline, but then she nodded slowly. "That's very kind of you," she said, her voice warm and rich. "I'd be happy to." As they settled into a nearby cafe, Samantha found herself in uncharted territory. She was used to business meetings, to charity galas where every interaction was carefully calculated for maximum benefit. But this was different. Angela sat across from her, seemingly at ease despite the obvious disparity in their circumstances. "Tell me about yourself," Samantha heard herself say, and was shocked to realize she genuinely wanted to know the answer. Angela's story unfolded like a novel Samantha couldn't put down. She spoke of her 2 children, of the long hours she worked at multiple jobs just to keep a roof over their heads and food on the table. There was no self-pity in her words, only a quiet determination that left Samantha in awe. As Angela spoke, Samantha felt something inside her begin to crack. The carefully constructed walls she had built around her heart, designed to protect her from the harsh realities of the world, began to crumble. She saw in Angela a strength she had never known, a richness of spirit that all her billions couldn't buy. Before she fully understood what she was doing, Samantha heard herself making an offer that would change both their lives forever. "I want you to come work for me," she said, her voice trembling slightly with an emotion she couldn't quite name. "As my personal assistant, The salary, well, it would be substantial. Enough to change your life, I think. Angela's eyes widened, her coffee cup frozen halfway to her lips. I don't know what to say, she stammered, clearly overwhelmed by the unexpected proposition. Samantha leaned forward, suddenly eager to convince this woman she had only just met. This isn't charity, she insisted, surprising herself with her vehemence. There's something about you, Angela, a quality I don't often see in the people around me. I think we could both benefit from this arrangement. As Angela processed the offer, her mind racing with the possibilities it presented, Samantha found herself holding her breath. Why did this matter so much to her? Why did she suddenly care about the fate of this stranger? Finally, Angela nodded, her eyes shining with unshed tears. Yes, she said softly. Yes, I accept. Thank you so much. That night, as Samantha lay in her enormous, empty bed in her cavernous mansion, she replayed the day's events in her mind. What had possessed her to make such an impulsive decision? She, who prided herself on her shrewd business acumen, had offered a high-level position to a complete stranger based on nothing more than a gut feeling. But as she drifted off to sleep, Samantha realized that for the first time in years, she felt lighter, as if by reaching out to Angela, she had unknowingly reached out to a part of herself she had long forgotten. Miles away, in a small, cramped apartment, Angela sat surrounded by her children, their eyes wide with wonder as she shared the news of her extraordinary day. The joy in their faces, the hope that bloomed in their eyes, was a treasure beyond any Samantha had ever possessed. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, both women found their lives transforming in ways they could never have imagined. Angela arrived at Samantha's mansion that first day, her second-hand clothes and nervous smile a stark contrast to the opulent surroundings. But as she settled into her new role, it became clear that she brought with her something far more valuable than any of the priceless artifacts that adorned Samantha's home. Angela's warmth and genuine care began to permeate the cold, marble halls of the mansion. She approached her duties with a diligence and enthusiasm that both impressed and humbled Samantha. But more than that, she brought with her a perspective on life that Samantha had never before encountered. One evening, as they sat reviewing Samantha's schedule for the following week, Angela's phone buzzed with a text message. A soft smile played on her lips as she quickly typed a reply. "Is everything all right?" Samantha asked, curious about the source of Angela's evident joy. Angela nodded, her eyes shining. "Oh yes, it's just my neighbor, Mrs. Rodriguez. Her arthritis is acting up, so I'm arranging for some of the kids on our block to help with her yard work this weekend." Samantha blinked, momentarily stunned. "You're organizing that? But why? Surely there are services she could hire." Angela's smile turned wistful. "Mrs. Rodriguez is on a fixed income. She can't afford those services. Besides, this way the kids learn the value of helping others, and Mrs. Rodriguez gets to feel like a part of the community. It's a win-win." As Angela turned back to the schedule, Samantha found herself lost in thought. The concept of a community coming together to help one of its own was foreign to her. In her world, problems were solved with money, not personal involvement. Over time, Samantha found herself opening up to Angela in ways she never had with anyone else. Late nights spent working turned into deep conversations about life, love, and the nature of happiness. Angela listened without judgment, offering insights that often left Samantha questioning everything she had once held dear. "You know," Angela said one night, as they sat on the terrace watching the stars, "I used to think that if I just had more money, all my problems would be solved. But being here, seeing all this," she gestured to the sprawling estate around them, "I realize that's not true at all. Money can solve some problems, sure, but it can't give you purpose. It can't love you back." Samantha felt a lump form in her throat. "Then what can?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Angela turned to her, her eyes soft with understanding. "Connections, relationships, feeling like you're part of something bigger than yourself. That's what gives life meaning." Those words echoed in Samantha's mind long after Angela had gone home for the night. She found herself lying awake, staring at the ceiling of her master suite, feeling smaller and more alone than she ever had in her life. The next day, Samantha made a decision that would alter the course of both their lives. "I want to see where you live," she announced to a startled Angela. "Your neighborhood, your community. I want to understand." Angela's surprise quickly gave way to a warm smile. "Of course," she said. "I'd be honored to show you." The drive from Beverly Hills to Angela's neighborhood was like traveling to another world. As they left behind the manicured lawns and gated communities, Samantha found herself leaning forward in her seat, taking in every detail of this unfamiliar landscape. Angela's neighborhood was a patchwork of small, well-worn homes. Children played in the streets, their laughter echoing off the buildings. Elderly couples sat on porches, waving to passers-by. Every corner seemed to hold a story, every face a testament to lives lived with dignity in the face of struggle. As they walked down the street, Angela was greeted warmly by nearly everyone they passed. She introduced Samantha to her neighbors, each of whom had a kind word or a joke to share. Samantha found herself smiling more genuinely than she had in years, touched by the easy camaraderie that seemed to flow through the community. They stopped at a small park where a group of teenagers were playing basketball. Angela called out to them, and they jogged over, grinning and sweaty. "These are some of the kids from the youth program I volunteer with," Angela explained. "We mentor them, help with homework, that sort of thing." Samantha watched as Angela chatted with the teens, asking about their families, their studies, their dreams. The love and respect they had for her was palpable, and Samantha felt a twinge of envy. When was the last time anyone had looked at her with such genuine affection? As they continued their tour, Samantha's mind was whirling. She saw the struggles this community faced, the rundown community center, the underfunded schools, the lack of job opportunities for the young people. But she also saw something she had never experienced in her world of wealth and privilege, a sense of belonging, of interconnectedness. That night, as Samantha lay in bed, she couldn't shake the images from her mind. The faces of Angela's neighbors, the laughter of the children in the park, the warmth of the community. It all swirled together, igniting something within her that had long lain dormant. The next morning, she called Angela into her study. "I want to do something," she said, her voice filled with a newfound determination. "Something to help your community. What do you think they need most?" Angela's eyes widened, a mix of surprise and hope flickering across her face. "Well," she said slowly, "the community center is always struggling. It's such an important place for the kids, for everyone really. But the building is old. The programs are underfunded." "Then that's where we'll start," Samantha declared. "We'll rebuild the community center, create new programs, provide opportunities, and I want you to help me do it." Over the next few months, Samantha threw herself into the project with a passion she had never before experienced. She worked alongside Angela, meeting with community leaders, architects, and educators to design a center that would truly serve the needs of the neighborhood. As the plans took shape, Samantha found herself spending more and more time in Angela's community. She got to know the people, listened to their stories, and for the first time in her life, felt like she was part of something greater than herself. The day the new community center opened was one Samantha would never forget. The entire neighborhood turned out for the celebration, the air filled with music, laughter, and the tantalizing sense of a community potluck. As Samantha stood on the stage beside Angela, preparing to cut the ribbon, she looked out at the sea of faces before her. She saw hope, gratitude, and a sense of possibility that brought tears to her eyes. "This center," she said, her voice thick with emotion, "is not a gift from me to you. It's a gift we've all given to each other, a reminder of what we can achieve when we come together, when we see the value in every human being." She turned to Angela, who was beaming with pride and joy. "None of this would have been possible without you," Samantha said softly. "You've given me so much more than I could ever repay." Angela squeezed her hand. "You've given us hope," she replied, "and that's worth more than all the money in the world." As the ribbon was cut and the cheers of the crowd washed over them, Samantha felt a sense of peace and fulfillment she had never known. She realized that in trying to change Angela's life, she had fundamentally changed her own. In the months and years that followed, Samantha continued to work alongside Angela, expanding their efforts to create positive change not just in one community, but in many. The billionaire who had once measured her worth by the size of her bank account now found herself rich in ways she had never imagined possible. She watched with pride as Angela's children thrived, taking advantage of the educational opportunities provided by the community center. She saw families lifted out of poverty, young people discovering their passions and pursuing their dreams. And through it all, she felt the warm glow of genuine human connection, of being part of a community that valued her not for her wealth, but for her heart. One evening, years after that fateful day when Angela had first offered to help with her shopping bags, Samantha sat with her friend on the porch of Angela's modest home. They watched as the sun set over the neighborhood they had both come to love, casting a golden glow over the streets where children played and neighbors chatted. "You know," Samantha said, a smile playing on her lips, "I used to think I had everything, but I had no idea how empty my life really was until I met you." Angela reached out and squeezed her hand. "And I never knew how much I had to give until you gave me the chance," she replied. As the stars began to twinkle in the darkening sky, Samantha reflected on the journey that had brought her to this moment. She thought of the woman she had been, lonely, disconnected, measuring her worth in dollars and cents, and she marveled at the woman she had become, part of a community filled with purpose, rich in the things that truly mattered. In the end, it wasn't about the money she had given away or the buildings she had helped construct. It was about the connections she had forged, the lives she had touched, and the love she had both given and received. Samantha realized that in helping others find hope, she had found her own salvation. As the night deepened and the sounds of the neighborhood quieted, Samantha and Angela sat in comfortable silence, two friends bound by a chance encounter that had blossomed into something beautiful and transformative. And in that moment, surrounded by the warmth of true friendship and the knowledge of lives changed for the better, Samantha knew she had finally found the wealth she had been searching for all along. The story of Samantha and Angela serves as a powerful reminder that true richness isn't measured in dollars and cents, but in the depth of our connections and the impact we have on the lives of others. It challenges us to look beyond our own circumstances, to reach out to those around us, and to recognize the inherent value in every human being. As we reflect on this tale of unexpected friendship and profound transformation, we're invited to examine our own lives. What truly matters to us? How do we measure our worth? Are we investing our time and resources in the things that bring lasting fulfillment? Samantha's journey from isolated billionaire to engaged community member illustrates the transformative power of genuine human connection. It reminds us that no matter our background or circumstances, we all have something valuable to offer the world. Angela's unwavering kindness and strength in the face of adversity serve as an inspiration, showing us that true wealth lies in the richness of our character and the depth of our compassion. This story also highlights the ripple effect of positive action. One small act of kindness, Angela's offer to help with Samantha's shopping bags, set in motion a chain of events that ultimately transformed an entire community. It's a powerful reminder that our actions, no matter how small they may seem, have the potential to create profound change in the world around us. As we consider the journey of these two women, we're challenged to look at our own lives with fresh eyes. How often do we pass by opportunities to connect with others, to offer help, or to step outside our comfort zones? Samantha's initial hesitation to engage with Angela reflects a common human tendency to remain within the familiar confines of our own worlds. Yet it was precisely in breaking through that barrier that she found a new purpose and a deeper sense of fulfillment. The transformation of Samantha's community center project serves as a metaphor for personal growth and societal change. Just as the old, rundown building was reimagined and rebuilt to better serve the needs of the community, so too can we renovate our own perspectives and priorities. It reminds us that it's never too late to reassess our values, to tear down the walls that separate us from others, and to build something beautiful and meaningful in their place. Angela's unwavering commitment to her community, even in the face of personal struggles, is a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Her ability to find joy and purpose in helping others, despite her own limited resources, challenges us to examine our own excuses for not getting involved. It begs the question, what might we achieve if we approached our own communities with the same level of dedication and care? The friendship that blossomed between Samantha and Angela is a powerful illustration of the bridges that can be built when we open ourselves up to genuine human connection. Their relationship transcended the boundaries of class, background, and life experience, reminding us that at our core, we all share the same fundamental needs and desires to be seen, to be valued, and to belong. As we reflect on the changes in Samantha's life, from the cold, empty mansion to the warm, vibrant community she became a part of, we are invited to consider our own definitions of success and happiness. Are we, like the Samantha of the beginning of the story, pursuing wealth and status at the expense of genuine connection? Or are we cultivating the kinds of relationships and experiences that bring true richness to our lives? The story also serves as a poignant reminder of the interconnectedness of all human beings. Samantha's journey from isolated billionaire to engaged community member illustrates how our individual actions and choices ripple out to affect countless others. It challenges us to consider the wider impact of our decisions, not just on our immediate circle, but on the broader tapestry of humanity. Moreover, the transformation of Angela's neighborhood highlights the potential for positive change that exists in every community. It reminds us that no matter how entrenched problems may seem, with dedication, resources, and a collective will, it's possible to create meaningful improvements in people's lives. This aspect of the story serves as a call to action, urging us to look at our own communities with fresh eyes and to ask ourselves what role we might play in fostering positive change. The evolving dynamic between Samantha and Angela also sheds light on the reciprocal nature of giving and receiving. While it may have seemed at first that Samantha was the one bestowing gifts, a job, resources, opportunities, it becomes clear that she received just as much, if not more, in return. The sense of purpose, the genuine connections, and the joy of making a difference were priceless gifts that Angela and her community offered to Samantha. This serves as a powerful reminder that in the act of giving, we often receive far more than we expect. As the story unfolds, we witness the profound impact that a sense of belonging can have on an individual's well-being. Samantha's journey from isolation to community engagement illustrates the fundamental human need for connection and purpose. It challenges us to examine our own lives and ask whether we're nurturing the kinds of relationships and involvements that foster a true sense of belonging. The transformation of Samantha's worldview, from seeing value primarily in material wealth to recognizing the richness of human connection and community, is a journey that many of us can relate to on some level. It speaks to the universal human experience of searching for meaning and fulfillment, often in places where it can't truly be found. Samantha's realization that true wealth lies in relationships and positive impact serves as a powerful reminder to reassess our own priorities and values. Furthermore, the story touches on the concept of privilege and the responsibility that comes with it. Samantha's decision to use her wealth and influence to benefit others rather than simply accumulate more for herself raises important questions about the obligations of those who have been fortunate in life. It challenges us to consider how we might use our own resources, whether they be financial, intellectual, or simply our time and energy, to make a positive difference in the world around us. The gradual breaking down of barriers between Samantha and the community she comes to serve is a powerful illustration of the transformative nature of empathy and understanding. As Samantha spends more time in Angela's neighborhood, she begins to see beyond stereotypes and preconceptions, recognizing the inherent dignity and worth in every individual she meets. This aspect of the story challenges us to examine our own biases and to actively seek out experiences that broaden our understanding of others. The role of the community center in this story is particularly significant. It serves as a physical manifestation of the power of community investment and the importance of creating spaces that foster connection, learning, and growth. The center becomes not just a building, but a symbol of hope and possibility, a testament to what can be achieved when people come together with a shared vision. It prompts us to consider the spaces in our own communities. Do they serve to bring people together, to provide opportunities for growth and connection? If not, how might we work to create or improve such spaces? As we delve deeper into the story, we see how Samantha's involvement in the community begins to change not just her perspective, but her very sense of self. The woman who once defined herself by her wealth and status begins to find a new identity as a community member, friend, and catalyst for positive change. This evolution raises profound questions about the nature of identity and self-worth. It challenges us to consider how we define ourselves and whether those definitions truly align with our deepest values and aspirations. The relationship between Samantha and Angela's children adds another layer of depth to the story. As Samantha becomes more involved in their lives, witnessing their struggles and celebrating their triumphs, she experiences a kind of surrogate parenthood that fills a void she perhaps didn't even realize existed. This aspect of the story speaks to the transformative power of mentorship and the profound impact that positive adult influences can have on young lives. It invites us to consider our own potential to make a difference in the lives of young people, whether through formal mentoring programs or simply by being present and supportive in our communities. The gradual shift in Samantha's lifestyle, from lavish shopping sprees and isolated luxury to community potlucks and porch sitting, illustrates a redefinition of what it means to live well. It challenges the notion that happiness and fulfillment are tied to material excess, suggesting instead that a life rich in human connection and purpose is far more satisfying. This transformation invites us to examine our own lifestyles and to question whether our daily choices align with what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. As the story progresses, we see how Samantha's change of heart begins to influence those around her. Her business associates, initially skeptical of her new endeavors, begin to take notice of the joy and purpose she's found. This ripple effect serves as a reminder of our potential to influence others through our actions and choices. It challenges us to consider the example we're setting in our own lives and whether we're using our influence, however great or small, to inspire positive change in others. The evolution of Samantha and Angela's friendship is a beautiful illustration of how relationships can transform us. What begins as a chance encounter blossoms into a deep bond that changes both women profoundly. Their friendship becomes a safe space for growth, challenging each other's perspectives and supporting each other through the ups and downs of life. This aspect of the story reminds us of the power of authentic friendships and the importance of nurturing relationships that push us to become better versions of ourselves. As Samantha becomes more integrated into the community, we see her grappling with complex emotions, guilt over her past indifference, frustration at the systemic issues that keep people in poverty, and a deep sense of responsibility to use her resources wisely. These internal struggles humanize Samantha, making her journey relatable even to those who may never experience her level of wealth. It reminds us that personal growth often involves confronting uncomfortable truths about ourselves in the world around us. The story also touches on the concept of legacy. As Samantha invests more of herself in the community, she begins to consider what mark she wants to leave on the world. This shift from accumulating wealth for its own sake to creating lasting, positive change reflects a deeper understanding of what it means to live a meaningful life. It prompts us to consider our own legacies. What impact do we want to have on the world? How will we be remembered? The transformation of the community itself is a powerful testament to the potential for change that exists in every neighborhood, every city, every corner of the world. As resources are invested, as people come together with a shared vision, we see how quickly positive change can take root and flourish. This serves as an antidote to the cynicism and hopelessness that can often accompany discussions of societal problems. It reminds us that change is possible, that every action matters, and that we all have a role to play in creating the world we want to live in. As the story draws to a close, with Samantha and Angela sitting on the porch, watching the sunset over the neighborhood they both now call home, we're left with a powerful image of contentment and belonging. It's a scene that encapsulates the journey both women have taken, from strangers divided by circumstance to friends united by a shared purpose and genuine affection. This final image serves as a reminder of what's truly important in life. Not the accumulation of wealth or status, but the cultivation of meaningful relationships and the creation of a community where everyone can thrive. In the end, the story of Samantha and Angela is more than just a heartwarming tale of unlikely friendship. It's a call to action, a challenge to each of us to look beyond our own circumstances, to reach out to those around us, and to consider how we might use our own unique gifts and resources to make a positive difference in the world. It reminds us that true wealth isn't measured in dollars and cents, but in the lives we touch, the connections we forge, and the positive change we help to create. As we reflect on this story, we're invited to ask ourselves some profound questions. How can we, in our own lives, bridge the divides that separate us from others? What opportunities for connection and service are we overlooking in our day-to-day lives? How might our own perspectives and priorities shift if we opened ourselves up to new experiences and relationships? The journey of Samantha and Angela serves as a powerful reminder that it's never too late to change, to grow, to find a new purpose. It challenges us to look at the world around us with fresh eyes, to see the potential for positive change that exists in every interaction, every community, every moment. And perhaps most importantly, it reminds us of the profound truth that in giving of ourselves, in connecting with others, in working to make the world a little bit better, we often find the very thing we've been searching for all along, a sense of purpose, of belonging, of true and lasting fulfillment. As we close this chapter, let us carry forward the lessons learned from Samantha and Angela's story. Let us strive to be more open, more compassionate, more engaged in our communities. Let us seek out opportunities to make a difference, no matter how small they may seem. And let us remember that in the end, it's not our bank accounts or our possessions that define us, but the lives we touch, the love we share, and the positive change we bring into the world. For in this interconnected tapestry of human experience, each of us has a unique thread to weave. Our choices, our actions, our willingness to reach out and connect, these are the things that truly shape our lives in the world around us. And as Samantha discovered, sometimes the greatest riches are found not in what we accumulate, but in what we give away. So let us go forward with open hearts and open hands, ready to both give and receive, to learn and to teach, to transform and be transformed. For in doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but contribute to the creation of a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, to belong, and to discover the true wealth that lies within each of us. And as we do, may we always remember the power of a simple act of kindness, like offering to help a stranger with their shopping bags. For we never know how such a small gesture might set in motion a chain of events that could change not just one life, but an entire community. In the end, it is these moments of human connection, these bridges we build between hearts and minds, that form the true currency of a life well lived. So let us embrace the lessons of Samantha and Angela's journey. Let us strive to see the value in every person we meet, to recognize the potential for growth and change in ourselves and others. Let us work to create communities where everyone feels seen, valued, and supported. And let us never underestimate the power we each hold to make a difference in the world, one small act of kindness at a time. For in the grand tapestry of life, it is not the golden threads of wealth and status that create the most beautiful patterns, but the multicolored strands of human connection, compassion, and shared purpose. As we weave our own stories into this greater design, may we do so with intention, with love, and with a deep appreciation for the inherent worth of every individual we encounter along the way. And so, as the sun sets on this tale of transformation and awakening, let it also rise on a new chapter in our own lives. A chapter where we approach each day with renewed purpose, seeking opportunities to connect, to serve, and to grow. Let us carry forward the spirit of Samantha and Angela's journey, allowing it to inspire us in our daily interactions and long-term aspirations. As we move through our world, let us strive to see beyond the surface, to recognize the potential for extraordinary connections in ordinary moments. Like Samantha, we may find that our greatest teachers and truest friends come from unexpected places, and like Angela, we may discover that our own experiences and perspectives hold value beyond what we ever imagined. Consider for a moment the vast web of human connections that surrounds us each day. Every person we pass on the street, every cashier we interact with, every colleague we work alongside. Each carries their own rich inner world of hopes, dreams, and struggles. How might our world change if we approached each interaction with the openness and curiosity that Samantha eventually learned to embrace? Perhaps we might start small, challenging ourselves to engage more deeply with those around us. A genuine smile for a stranger, a moment taken to really listen to a friend's concerns, an offer of help to a neighbor in need. These small acts of kindness and connection can create ripples of positive change that extend far beyond our immediate circle. As we reflect on the transformation of Angela's community, we're reminded of the power of collective action and shared vision. In our own neighborhoods and cities, there are undoubtedly areas of need, opportunities for improvement, and individuals longing for support and connection. How might we, like Samantha, use our unique resources, be they financial, intellectual, or simply our time and energy, to contribute to positive change? Maybe it's volunteering at a local community center, mentoring a young person, or simply being more present and engaged in our neighborhood activities. Perhaps it's using our professional skills to support a nonprofit organization or advocating for policies that promote equity and opportunity for all. Whatever form it takes, this kind of engaged citizenship not only benefits our communities but also enriches our own lives in profound ways. The story of Samantha and Angela also challenges us to examine our own definitions of success and fulfillment. In a world that often equates worth with wealth, their journey reminds us that true richness lies in the quality of our relationships, the depth of our compassion, and the positive impact we have on others. It invites us to question whether our current path is leading us towards genuine happiness and meaning, or whether, like Samantha, we might need to reevaluate our priorities. This might mean taking a hard look at how we spend our time and resources. Are we investing in experiences and relationships that bring us joy and foster personal growth? Are we using our talents and skills in ways that contribute to the greater good? Are we open to new experiences and perspectives that might challenge our existing worldview? As we consider these questions, we might find ourselves, like Samantha, standing at the threshold of profound personal transformation. Change can be uncomfortable, even frightening at times. It may require us to step outside our comfort zones, to confront long-held beliefs and habits, to make ourselves vulnerable in new ways. But as Samantha's journey illustrates, it is often through these challenges that we find our truest selves and our deepest sense of purpose. Let us also remember the power of empathy and understanding in bridging the divides that too often separate us. Samantha's initial assumptions about Angela were quickly dispelled as she took the time to truly know her. In our own lives, how often do we make judgments based on superficial observations or preconceived notions? How might our perspective shift if we approached each person we meet with genuine curiosity and openness? This kind of empathetic engagement doesn't just enrich our personal relationships, it has the power to transform entire communities. When we take the time to understand the experiences and perspectives of others, we're better equipped to address the root causes of social issues, to find common ground in the face of disagreement, and to build the kind of inclusive, supportive communities that allow all members to thrive. As we move forward, inspired by the journey of Samantha and Angela, let us also remain mindful of the ongoing nature of personal growth and social change. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a continuous process of learning, adjusting, and recommitting to our values and goals. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way, moments of doubt and frustration. But like Samantha and Angela, we can draw strength from our connections with others, finding support and inspiration in the community we build around us. Let us also remember that every person's journey is unique. We may not all have Samantha's financial resources or Angela's innate gift for community building, but each of us has something valuable to offer: our time, our skills, our compassion, our unique perspective on the world. The key is to recognize these gifts in ourselves and to find ways to share them that align with our values and bring us joy. As we conclude this reflection on Samantha and Angela's story, let us carry with us the hope and possibility it represents. Let us remember that no matter our circumstances, we each have the power to create positive change in our own lives, in the lives of those around us, and in the broader world. Let us approach each day with open hearts and minds, ready to forge new connections, to learn from those different from ourselves, and to contribute our unique gifts to the world. Let us strive to build communities where every individual feels valued, supported, and empowered to reach their full potential. And let us never forget the profound truth at the heart of Samantha and Angela's journey, that in reaching out to others, in opening ourselves to new experiences and perspectives, in working to make our world a little bit better, we often find the very things we've been searching for all along: purpose, belonging, and a deep sense of fulfillment. As we close this chapter and open the next, may we do so with courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to the belief that each of us has the power to make a difference. For in the end, It is not the wealth we accumulate or the status we achieve that defines us, but the lives we touch, the love we share, and the positive change we bring into the world. So let us go forth with hope and determination, ready to write our own stories of transformation and connection. Let us be the Samanthas and Angelas in our own communities, bridging divides, fostering understanding, and working together to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. For in this grand tapestry of human experience, each of us holds a unique and irreplaceable thread. As we weave our stories together, may we create a pattern of compassion, justice, and shared prosperity that extends far beyond our individual lives, touching the hearts and transforming the lives of generations to come. And so, as we turn the page on this tale of unexpected friendship and profound transformation, let us also turn a new page in our own lives. Let us step forward with renewed purpose, open hearts, and a deep commitment to making our world a little bit better, one small act of kindness at a time. For in doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but contribute to the creation of a more just, compassionate, and connected world for all. As we step forward with renewed purpose and open hearts, let us remember that the journey of personal growth and community transformation is ongoing. Each day presents new opportunities to apply the lessons we've gleaned from Samantha and Angela's story. Consider the myriad of interactions we have in our daily lives. The barista who serves our morning coffee, the colleague we pass in the hallway, the stranger we sit next to on public transport. Each of these encounters holds the potential for connection, for understanding, for the spark of change that could alter the course of a life. What if, like Samantha, we chose to look beyond our immediate circumstances and truly see the people around us? What if we approached each interaction with genuine curiosity and openness? We might discover, as Samantha did, that the most profound connections often come from the most unexpected places. As we move through our communities, let us be attuned to the needs and struggles of those around us. Perhaps there's a local organization that could benefit from our skills or resources. Maybe there's a neighbor who could use a helping hand or a listening ear. By cultivating an awareness of the world beyond our immediate concerns, we open ourselves to countless opportunities to make a positive impact. Remember, too, that change doesn't always require grand gestures or significant resources. Angela's initial act of kindness, offering to help with Samantha's shopping bags, was simple and spontaneous. Yet it set in motion a chain of events that transformed not only their lives but an entire community. What small acts of kindness might we perform today that could have far-reaching effects? As we embrace this mindset of openness and engagement, we may find ourselves, like Samantha, confronting aspects of our lives and our society that we've long taken for granted. We might question our assumptions about success, about community, about the nature of wealth and poverty. This process of self-examination can be uncomfortable, even unsettling at times. But it is through this discomfort that true growth occurs. Let us approach these moments of realization not with judgment or defensiveness, but with curiosity and compassion, for ourselves and for others. Like Samantha, we may discover that our preconceived notions about people and communities different from our own don't hold up to real-world experience. By remaining open to new perspectives and willing to challenge our own beliefs, we create space for profound personal transformation. As we engage more deeply with our communities, we may encounter systemic issues and entrenched problems that seem overwhelming. It's easy to feel powerless in the face of such challenges, but Samantha and Angela's story reminds us that change is possible, that every action matters, and that collective effort can yield remarkable results. Perhaps we start by educating ourselves about the issues affecting our communities. We might attend local council meetings, join community organizations, or simply engage in conversations with our neighbors to better understand their experiences and concerns. As we gain knowledge and insight, we can begin to identify ways to contribute meaningfully to solutions. Remember that our unique skills and experiences are valuable assets in community building. Whether we're good at organizing events, have a talent for public speaking, excel at grant writing, or simply have a knack for making people feel welcome, there are countless ways to put our abilities to use for the greater good. As we embark on this journey of engaged citizenship, we may find, like Samantha, that our definition of success begins to shift. The pursuit of material wealth and status may lose its luster as we discover the profound satisfaction that comes from meaningful connection and community involvement. We might find ourselves reevaluating our career goals, our spending habits, even our daily routines, aligning them more closely with our evolving values and sense of purpose. This process of realignment can be challenging. It may require us to have difficult conversations with loved ones, to make hard choices about how we spend our time and resources, to step away from familiar patterns and relationships that no longer serve our higher purpose. But as Samantha's journey illustrates, the rewards of living a life aligned with our deepest values are immeasurable. As we navigate these changes, let us remember the importance of building a supportive community around us. Samantha found strength and inspiration in her growing circle of friends in Angela's neighborhood. Similarly, we can seek out like-minded individuals who share our commitment to personal growth and community engagement. These connections can provide encouragement, accountability, and the collective wisdom that comes from shared experience. At the same time, let us remain open to connections that challenge and stretch us. Some of the most transformative relationships in our lives may come from unexpected quarters. By cultivating diverse friendships and engaging with people whose experiences differ from our own, we continually expand our understanding of the world and our capacity for empathy. As we move forward on this path of personal and community transformation, we will inevitably encounter obstacles and setbacks. There will be days when the challenges seem insurmountable, when our efforts appear to yield little fruit. In these moments, let us draw inspiration from the perseverance of Samantha and Angela. Remember that meaningful change takes time. The transformation of Angela's community didn't happen overnight. It was the result of sustained effort, ongoing commitment, and the collective will of many individuals. Similarly, our own growth and the positive changes we seek to create in the world will unfold gradually, often in ways we can't immediately see or measure. In the face of disappointment or frustration, let us cultivate resilience. We can do this by celebrating small victories, by reminding ourselves of a larger purpose behind our efforts, and by leaning on our support network for encouragement and perspective. Like Samantha and Angela, we may find that some of our greatest breakthroughs come just when we're on the verge of giving up. As we continue on this journey, let us also remain open to joy and wonder. The process of personal growth and community engagement isn't just about addressing problems or righting wrongs. It's also about discovering the beauty and potential that exist in the world around us. Like Samantha, we may find ourselves amazed by the resilience, creativity, and generosity we encounter in unexpected places. Let us approach each day with a sense of curiosity and excitement, ready to discover new aspects of ourselves and our communities. Let us cultivate gratitude for the opportunities we have to learn, to grow, to connect with others in meaningful ways. And let us never lose sight of the profound privilege it is to be able to contribute to the betterment of our world. As we write the next chapters of our own stories, inspired by the journey of Samantha and Angela, let us do so with courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to creating positive change. Let us remember that every interaction, every decision, every act of kindness has the potential to ripple outward, touching lives in ways we may never fully know. And so, as we move forward into this new day, this new chapter, let us do so with hope in our hearts and purpose in our steps. Let us be the catalyst for change in our communities, the bridge builders between diverse groups, the nurturers of dreams and possibilities. For in doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but contribute to the creation of a more just, compassionate, and connected world for all. May we always remember the power of a simple act of kindness, the transformative potential of genuine connection, and the profound truth that in giving of ourselves, we often receive far more than we could ever imagine. As we continue to weave our individual threads into the grand tapestry of human experience, may we do so with intention, with love, and with a deep appreciation for the inherent worth and potential of every person we encounter along the way. For in the end, it is not the wealth we accumulate or the status we achieve that will define our lives, but the connections we forge, the love we share, and the positive change we bring into the world. Let us go forth, then, with open hearts and open hands, ready to embrace the beautiful, challenging, transformative journey that lies ahead. For in this journey of growth, connection, and purpose, we may just find the truest expression of our humanity and the deepest fulfillment of our souls. As we embrace this journey of growth, connection, and purpose, we find ourselves standing at the threshold of endless possibilities. Each new day brings with it the opportunity to put into practice the lessons we've learned from Samantha and Angela's story, to deepen our understanding of ourselves and others, and to contribute to the tapestry of human experience in meaningful ways. Let us begin by cultivating a heightened awareness of the world around us. As we move through our daily routines, let's challenge ourselves to truly see the people we encounter. Behind every face is a story as complex and nuanced as Samantha's or Angela's. The cashier at the grocery store, the elderly neighbor walking their dog, the harried parent juggling work and family responsibilities. Each of these individuals carries within them a universe of experiences, struggles, and dreams. What if we approached each interaction, no matter how brief, with the same openness and curiosity that Samantha eventually learned to embrace? A simple smile, a moment of genuine eye contact, a word of encouragement. These small gestures can create ripples of positivity that extend far beyond the moment of interaction. Like Angela's initial offer to help with Samantha's shopping bags, we never know which small act of kindness might be the catalyst for profound change. As we deepen our engagement with our communities, we may find ourselves confronting uncomfortable truths about inequality, systemic injustice, and the complex interplay of privilege and opportunity. These realizations can be challenging, even overwhelming at times. But let us approach them not with guilt or defensiveness, but with a commitment to understanding and a determination to be part of the solution. We might start by educating ourselves about the issues affecting our local communities. Attend town hall meetings, join community organizations, or simply strike up conversations with neighbors we may not have spoken to before. As we gain knowledge and insight, we can begin to identify ways to contribute meaningfully to positive change. Remember that our unique skills and experiences are valuable assets in community building. Perhaps we're good at organizing events, have a talent for public speaking, excel at grant writing, or simply have a knack for making people feel welcome. There are countless ways to put our abilities to use for the greater good. Like Samantha, we may discover that our professional skills and resources can be powerful tools for community development when applied with empathy and genuine care. As we embark on this journey of engaged citizenship, we may find our definition of success beginning to shift. The pursuit of material wealth and status may lose its allure as we discover the profound satisfaction that comes from meaningful connection and community involvement. We might find ourselves reevaluating our career goals, our spending habits, even our daily routines, aligning them more closely with our evolving values and sense of purpose. This process of realignment can be challenging. It may require us to have difficult conversations with loved ones, to make hard choices about how we spend our time and resources, to step away from familiar patterns and relationships that no longer serve our higher purpose. But as Samantha's journey illustrates, the rewards of living a life aligned with our deepest values are immeasurable. As we navigate these changes, let's remember the importance of building a supportive community around us. Seek out like-minded individuals who share our commitment to personal growth and community engagement. These connections can provide encouragement, accountability, and the collective wisdom that comes from shared experience. At the same time, let's remain open to connections that challenge and stretch us. Some of the most transformative relationships in our lives may come from unexpected quarters. By cultivating diverse friendships and engaging with people whose experiences differ from our own, we continually expand our understanding of the world and our capacity for empathy. As we move forward on this path of personal and community transformation, we will inevitably encounter obstacles and setbacks. There will be days when the challenges seem insurmountable, when our efforts appear to yield little fruit. In these moments, let's draw inspiration from the perseverance of Samantha and Angela. Remember that meaningful change takes time. The transformation of Angela's community didn't happen overnight. It was the result of sustained effort, ongoing commitment, and the collective will of many individuals. Similarly, our own growth and the positive changes we seek to create in the world will unfold gradually, often in ways we can't immediately see or measure. In the face of disappointment or frustration, let's cultivate resilience. We can do this by celebrating small victories, by reminding ourselves of a larger purpose behind our efforts, and by leaning on our support network for encouragement and perspective, like Samantha and Angela, we may find that some of our greatest breakthroughs come just when we're on the verge of giving up. As we continue on this journey, let's also remain open to joy and wonder. The process of personal growth and community engagement isn't just about addressing problems or righting wrongs. It's also about discovering the beauty and potential that exist in the world around us. Like Samantha, we may find ourselves amazed by the resilience, creativity, and generosity we encounter in unexpected places. Let's approach each day with a sense of curiosity and excitement, ready to discover new aspects of ourselves and our communities. Let's cultivate gratitude for the opportunities we have to learn, to grow, to connect with others in meaningful ways. And let's never lose sight of the profound privilege it is to be able to contribute to the betterment of our world. As we write the next chapters of our own stories, inspired by the journey of Samantha and Angela, let's do so with courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to creating positive change. Let's remember that every interaction, every decision, every act of kindness has the potential to ripple outward, touching lives in ways we may never fully know. In our professional lives, we might look for opportunities to incorporate social responsibility into our work. Could our companies implement more sustainable practices? Are there ways to create job opportunities for underserved communities? How might our products or services be adapted to better serve diverse populations? By bringing the values we've embraced in our personal growth journey into our professional spheres, we can amplify our positive impact. In our personal lives, we can continue to seek out ways to deepen our connections and broaden our perspectives. This might mean volunteering regularly, mentoring a young person, or simply making an effort to engage more deeply with our neighbors. It could involve traveling to new places, immersing ourselves in different cultures, or dedicating time to learning about social issues that are outside our immediate experience. As we engage in this work, let's also remember the importance of self-care and personal reflection. The journey of personal growth and community engagement can be emotionally and physically demanding. Like Samantha, we may find ourselves grappling with complex emotions, guilt over past indifference, frustration at the scale of societal problems, or anxiety about whether our efforts are making a difference. It's crucial that we take time to process these feelings, to celebrate our progress, and to recharge our spirits. This might involve practices like meditation, journaling, or regular conversations with trusted friends. By nurturing our own well-being, we ensure that we have the energy and resilience to continue our work in the world. Let's also remain open to the ways in which this journey will continue to transform us. Like Samantha, we may find that our understanding of wealth, success, and happiness evolves dramatically as we deepen our engagement with our communities. We may discover new passions, uncover hidden talents, or find ourselves drawn to causes we never before considered. This ongoing evolution is not just natural but essential. As we grow and change, so too will our approach to creating positive change in the world. Let's embrace this process with openness and enthusiasm, always remaining willing to learn, to adapt, and to see the world through new eyes. As we continue on this path, let's hold on to the hope and possibility represented by Samantha and Angela's story. Let's remember that no matter our circumstances, we each have the power to create positive change in our own lives, in the lives of those around us, and in the broader world. Let's approach each day with open hearts and minds, ready to forge new connections, to learn from those different from ourselves, and to contribute our unique gifts to the world. Let's strive to build communities where every individual feels valued, supported, and empowered to reach their full potential. And let's never forget the profound truth at the heart of Samantha and Angela's journey, that in reaching out to others, in opening ourselves to new experiences and perspectives, in working to make our world a little bit better, we often find the very things we've been searching for all along: purpose, belonging, and a deep sense of fulfillment. As we move forward, may we do so with courage, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to the belief that each of us has the power to make a difference. For in the end, it is not the wealth we accumulate or the status we achieve that defines us, but the lives we touch, the love we share, and the positive change we bring into the world. So let us go forth with hope and determination, ready to write our own stories of transformation and connection. Let us be the Samanthas and Angelas in our own communities, bridging divides, fostering understanding, and working together to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. For in this grand tapestry of human experience, each of us holds a unique and irreplaceable thread. As we weave our stories together, may we create a pattern of compassion, justice, and shared prosperity that extends far beyond our individual lives, touching the hearts and transforming the lives of generations to come. And so, as we turn the page on this tale of unexpected friendship and profound transformation, let us also turn a new page in our own lives. Let us step forward with renewed purpose, open hearts, and a deep commitment to making our world a little bit better, one small act of kindness at a time. For in doing so, we not only enrich our own lives but contribute to the creation of a more just, compassionate, and connected world for all.